What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we're taking a look at a new version of Venusaur EX, utilizing the Lilligant to try to attach more energies on our turns. So taking a look at the deck list here, we have a 2/2 Venusaur EX line. That Venusaur EX obviously has the Razor Leaf attack for 3 energy, where it will do 60 damage, and then it has that Giant Bloom attack for 4 energy, where it does 100 damage and heals 30 damage from this Pokemon. Obviously, the Venusaur EX also has 190 HP, which is a massive amount of hit points. With that healing from the Giant Bloom, plus our Erica supporter for turn to heal 50 damage from one of our grass Pokemon, we can tank and heal with this Venusaur EX and try to win games, making sure our opponent doesn't knock out our Venusaurs. But obviously, 4 energy on the Venusaur for that Giant Bloom attack is tough to power up, so we do have this Lilligant, which is a stage 1, has 100 HP, and has the Leaf Supply attack for 2 grass energies. We'll do 50 damage to our opponent's Pokemon, and then we take a grass energy from our energy zone and attach it to one of our benched grass Pokemon. So Lilligant will help us power up our Venusaur EX more quickly while damaging our opponents. To round out the deck list, obviously we have a 2/2 Venusaur EX line, a 2/2 Lilligant line, 2 X Speeds, 2 Pokeball, 2 Research, 2 Erica, and 2 Sabrinas. So we're going to jump into a game here on the Versus ladder and see if we can't get a few wins with Venusaur. Jumping into this first battle, I think Venusaur is tough because it's a stage 2 and it has such a massive energy cost. But when you get it going and you get all that heal going, it's tough for our opponents to knock out. Something like Pikachu doing 90 damage per turn to the Venusaur, we heal off 30 of that, we heal off another 50 with the Erica, and that just negates almost all the damage that they did on their turn. Looks like we're going first here. We have the Petalil to start, and we are going to start that. It has that blot attack that does 10 damage. We have the full Venusaur line in hand, and sadly, we're going up against a Fire-type deck. This is like the last thing that Venusaur wants to see. Top deck of the Pokeball there. That is a second Bulbasaur for us. We're going to bench both and then pass to our opponent. So Fire-type decks are the bane of Venusaur's existence, sadly. But we'll see if we're able to vanquish our opponent here. We need to draw into that Lilligant pretty quickly. If we don't draw into Lilligant, we're probably going to attach for turn onto one of the Bulbasaurs and start just manually powering them up. Tail Whip coming down from our opponent. Coin flip here. That is Tails. See what we draw into. We have an X speed. We are just going to start attaching to Bulbasaur, evolve up into Ivysaur, and then end our turn there. No reason to be attaching to that Petalil. The 10 damage isn't really going to do much for us in this matchup, and because we don't have the Lilligant, we're not going to be able to utilize those attacks. This Petalil also obviously weak to fire, low HP. If they had evolved into the Ninetales there, they could have KO'd the Petalil on this turn, so no reason to be attaching energy to it. We're just going to attach to that Ivysaur, evolve up into Venusaur. And I kind of want to Sabrina this turn. It could... Well, I didn't... Okay, that was my bad. I didn't notice that they had attached a fire energy to that benched Vulpix. That was a mistake on my part. Should have seen that. So the waste of a Sabrina there, unfortunate. But second fire energy coming down onto that Vulpix. Sabrina going to come down from our opponent. We're going to send up the Bulbasaur. And just a Tail Whip from our opponent. So we will get the knockout on this Vulpix this turn. We'll be able to attack with our Venusaur for 60. Our Venusaur will attack for 60. I believe it's just our Bulbasaur that can't attack. So we'll attach for turn. X speed to retreat out of the Bulbasaur. And then we'll be able to research to draw some cards. And there's the concession from our opponent. They could not draw into their evolutions there. And we couldn't draw into our Lilligant either, but we had the full Venusaur line in hand to start the game. So that was good for us. Send a thanks to our opponent and jump into a game 2. Hopefully we can get the Lilligant going in this game. Searching for an opponent. Opponent found. There we go. We'll see if we go first or second. Would be nice to go second. Pretty much every deck just wants to go second in Pocket, and we do flip tails on that coin flip, so we are going second. Looks like we are potentially going up against a Pikachu deck as well, so it's even better that we went second. It's so strong for Pikachu to go second. I'm assuming it's Pikachu because they have the lightning energy in their energy zone, and we were correct in that assumption. Opponent loading up their bench there. We have research in hand, which is good. We definitely want to get some more basics going and find our Ivysaur. We have the Venusaur in hand already, but we definitely need to find those stage 1 evolutions quickly. Top deck of the Pokeball. We're going to play that before the research so we don't draw into basic Pokemon. We get the Petalil. We're going to bench that for sure. And then we will research. Research going to draw us the Lilligant and another Petalil. So because of that, we are going to attach for turn to the Petalil and end our turn there. We have the Lilligant in hand, so we can start attacking with the Lilligant next turn. Unfortunately, the Pikachu will one-shot our Lilligant if they find the Giovanni. So that can be tough. We get a second Bulbasaur here. So we'll bench the Bulbasaur, evolve the Lilligant, attach for turn to the Lilligant, X speed, so we can retreat out of this Bulbasaur, retreat into the Lilligant here, and Leaf Supply. Going to do 50 to this Pikachu and attach an energy from our energy zone to one of our grass Pokemon. We're going to choose that Bulbasaur. And as long as they don't find Giovanni here, we're all right. But we definitely need to be drawing into our evolutions soon. Potion coming down to heal some of that damage off of that Pikachu EX. I imagine an attach for turn there. Do they have the Giovanni in hand? If they have the Giovanni in hand, we are in trouble. Sabrina coming down. All right. I think we're going to offer up the other Petalil. Circle Circuit will take the knockout here. If we find our Ivysaur on this turn, we're in a very good spot. If we don't, we're probably in trouble. Send up the Lilligant. There is a Pokeball. We have no more basics to search out, unfortunately. We'll just play the Pokeball to have it out of our hand if they chose to red card us. No reason for them to red card us with a 2-card hand, but no need to have that Pokeball in hand anymore now that we don't have any more basics to search out. Attach for turn onto that bench Pikachu EX. Evolve up into that Electrode. And if they Circle Circuit for 90 here, we're going to be all right as long as we find our Venusaur, or our Ivysaur. We need our Ivysaur. Waiting on our opponent. We have 9 cards in deck. 2 of them are Ivysaur, and 1 of them is a research to draw more cards. So it's like a 33% chance of drawing into something good. And we do not. We're going to attach for turn to that benched Bulbasaur. And we're going to just Leaf Supply. That will take the knockout. But sadly, might be a little bit too late. We did not find our Ivysaur, which means that the Pikachu EX, as long as they bench everything, or have a full bench, that means that an Ivysaur can, or our opponent can one-shot everything, our Bulbasaurs, and take the 3rd prize. That is unfortunate for us. Peck gonna take out our Lilligant. We have the X-Speed in hand, so I'm gonna send up the Bulbasaur with 1 energy attached. Well, no, we'll send up this one. Found the Erica, but that's not helpful. If they just have another benched Pokemon, they just win. So we're going to do 40 to the Zapdos. Hope they don't have another benched Pokemon. 7 cards in deck, and 2 of them are Ivysaur. 1 of them was Research. Couldn't quite get there. Attach for turn coming down to that Electrode, however. That signals to me that they don't have the benched Pokemon they need to do 90 with that Pikachu. So it'll be just a peck onto our Bulbasaur. No attack? All right, we found the Ivysaur. It might have been too late. But the Ivysaur will do 60 here to the Zapdos. If they don't draw into a benched Pokemon, we can win now. There's a Research. Not a lot of cards left in deck. I have to imagine they got a basic there. But we will see. There it is. Attach for turn onto the Pikachu, and a retreat out of that Zapdos will be the game. So we're just a little bit too late in finding our Ivysaur there, and that is really the name of the game with these Stage 2 decks. If you can't find your Stage 1s early enough, or if you do find your Stage 1s early enough and don't find your Stage 2s, it's just not a lot you can do. Not a lot of evolution search, well, no evolution search in the game right now. That is probably my biggest complaint with TCG Pocket. I would just love to see a Great Ball that finds you a random evolution. That would be, I think, really good for the game. Some people might think that's too overpowered to let these Stage 2 decks find their evolutions more easily. Even a supporter that found evolutions, I think, would be good for the game. Obviously, we see Pikachu EX as a basic deck dominating the format. And I think it really can be countered by these evolution decks if they could be more consistent in finding their evolutions. We are going to jump into another game here with Venusaur, see if we can win it. Obviously, that last game was going well. We just didn't find our Ivysaur early enough. We're going first. It looks like it's a water deck. We have all of our basics in hand. So we will start the Petalil, and we're just going to bench everything. Why not? Start the battle. Now we have 2 worthless cards in our deck in those Pokeballs because we had all of our basics in our starting hand. But Research here going to draw us 2 cards. Sadly, none of them are our Stage 1s. Going up against a Blastoise, though, with Venusaur. In the video games, this would be favored, right? But in the TCG, the water types are weak to lightning and not grass. Attach for turn onto that Squirtle. Going to do 20 with that water gun to our Petalil. Draw into Sabrina. That is not good. We need another Research. We need an Ivysaur. We need a Lilligant. Attach for turn onto the Staryu from our opponent. Starting to work on powering up that Starmie EX. And another water gun coming down from our opponent. We did draw into the Lilligant now. That's nice. Attach for turn. Just trying to decide if it's worth using the Erica here. I think it is. They would have to, if they have Giovanni, they can still one-shot our Lilligant, but ideally they do not have the Giovanni. And we get to attack twice with the Lilligant. That would be huge. We do take the knockout on the Squirtle here. Again, just need to draw into those Ivysaurs. Really, really need to draw into those Ivysaurs. We've got 10 cards left in deck. 1 is Research. 2 of them are Ivysaurs. Let's draw into those. If our opponent has the Giovanni here, though, we are we are cooked for sure. Hydro Splash, though, doing 90, not quite enough. There's another Erica, not worth healing up that Lilligant because they will one-shot it anyway. So Leaf Supply, going to do another 50 to that Starmie. And we're just going to attach that Bulbasaur. Hope for the best. We have to draw into Ivysaur next turn. Got to do it. Hydro Splash going to take the knockout on this Lilligant. We are going to send up the Petalil. Can we draw into Ivysaur? No, we cannot. That's just the game. That is the name of the game, and they just have to put Evolution Search in this game. They just have to do it. This is ridiculous. I mean, you just lose games because you can't draw into your evolutions. It makes evolution decks worthless, and evolution decks are the most fun decks in the TCG. Like, the normal TCG doesn't do it well. They're all about these big basics right now. TCG Pocket, there was hope for it, that it wouldn't just be that. And, I don't know. I don't mean to get too salty, but it's just worthless. Like, put Evolution Search in the game. Make Stage 2s playable. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They just refuse to do that. It's so silly. It's so silly. Bring us a Great Ball event. Screw Lapras EX, screw whatever their next event is. I don't care. Give us a Great Ball event. Make it a celebration of evolution Pokemon. You go find a random evolution Pokemon from your deck with a Great Ball. The other trainers we have are crap. Like, give us a Great Ball. Come on. What are you doing? Sorry to go on a rant. I'm just so salty about this evolution stuff. I just think a very fun part of Pokemon is evolving, up into Stage 2s, these cool, exciting Pokemon to use, and instead they're all about the basics. Zapdos, Pikachu, Articuno, Mewtwo. It's like, come on. Let us use Venusaur. Let us use Blastoise. Let us use Charizard. But you can't if you can't find your Stage 1s and your Stage 2s when you need them. So that's an unfortunate part of the game right now. I am really hoping in the next set we get a supporter or an item card that searches out evolutions. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the rant. Hopefully you enjoyed the rant. I don't know. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.